Hi again, YouTubers. This is a review comparison for the Benefit Powderflage and the Clinique powder in O2 transparency. And what brought this up is Powderflage had some rumors of being discontinued. I've heard it's discontinued and I've heard it isn't, so I'm still not 100% sure on that. And people either love Benefit Powderflage or they think it's totally overhyped and it doesn't do anything for them. Now, what Benefit Powderflage is it is a light pink toned powder, and it has silica in it so that you can use it under your eyes for brightening. And it's meant to brighten under your eyes and also help, sorry, I'm gonna get one thing out. And it's also made to help so that the silica powder makes it so that the powder doesn't settle into fine lines. Whereas if you used your normal setting powder, let's say like an MSF Natural or Origin powder, it can settle into the fine lines. So that being said, another one that a lot of people have tried and used, Bobbi Brown makes a concealer that also has a powder at the bottom. Now their powder is yellow. You can see that in there. And I find that this does not work. Again, it's gonna depend on your skin tone. If you are more of a yellow-based skin tone, this will work better for you. If you have more of a pink undertone, this is going to work better for you. I personally am kind of a neutral-based skin tone, but I find that the pink does it better for under-eye brightening. So that being said, I had heard about Clinique's #2 powder. It's a transparent powder, and this is what it looks like, and it has a slight pink tint to it as well. I just dropped a little bit. Oh well. And when I first got it, I liked the coloring of it. The coloring of it is very similar, and swatching isn't going to help because it really just, they blend into the skin is the main purpose. So you're not going to really see it if I do swatches. But my main problem with the Clinique powder was the fact that the Clinique, now keep in mind, this is like $28 and this is like $14, and the whole thing is usually filled, okay? Start with that. So I really wanted to like this. So I got it, and my problem is this powder does not contain silica in it. So it was settling under my eyes, and it really made my eyes crease underneath, fine lines down here and through the corners. So then I thought to myself, well, I have a container of MAC Prep and Prime, which is silica powder. Has a lot of silica powder, and I'm not sure if it's 100% silica powder. I have to ask about that. But I also had, you can purchase from places like Costal Scents straight silica powder. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy about this. It is completely up to you. Because what the controversy is if silica powder is inhaled in large quantities, you can do internal damage. That being said, it's a personal choice. Some people, it's here, they're there. It's totally up to you. But MAC Prep and Prime powder does have silica in it. So what I did was, I had 2 of these. And what I did was, I poured out half of this container. I took the sifter off of it because you can just, through the edge, you can just stick a pair of tweezers under here and pop it up and take the sifter off. I poured half of it out into another container I had. Then I poured one of these, which is much smaller than the Clinique. I poured one of these into this, and I shook it up real good. I poured half of it into here and half of it into the other container. Sorry about that. And I shook it up real good and mixed it in. And now this works exactly like this. So $28 versus like $14. I forget how much this is, but also this is like 20 something. Then also, like, I think silica powder is only like $5 or something for a huge container. But mixing this in, let's say this is even 25, 28, let's say. When you mix it in, you're given an entire container this size and then also another one the same size. So you're probably at like $40, but it's gonna last you probably 8 to 10 times more than this would. So that is my 2 thoughts on this little comparison on the Clinique #2 powder and the Benefit Powderflage. And if it is discontinued, I'm glad I figured this out because this is a perfect dupe. And I actually use this more often just because it's easier to access than this little one. This little one I actually use as my travel one, so it works out perfectly. So to me, this is a great dupe. Now, if you're somebody that the yellow tone works better for you, like the Bobbi Brown, but maybe it settles in your line, do the same thing. Lines, maybe do the same thing. Mix a little bit of the MAC Prep and Prime or Makeup Forever HD powder. Either one of those, mix that into this and maybe that'll help you out. So that's an extra little tip. So I hope you found this review helpful. If you have any additional questions on any of the stuff I showed here, please post a comment below and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day. Bye.